the true Zen. See, this is so emotional. That actually belonged to my daughter. And she was 11. The thing is, it actually fits me, even though it's just a bit tight round the tits. Oh, it does actually look good on me. A real Citizen Smith. Now, I shouldn't have it on because every photon counts. Right, why have I turned this camera on? I wouldn't tell anybody about this spot. I wouldn't tell anybody about any spots. But this one really is the best Zen energy. I've rattled out an extremely difficult, quite literary email. Took me an hour to write it. Why do I even mention that? Why did I turn this on? Yeah, when you've got the right place, there's nobody around, nobody's got a machine going, nobody's been in and out. Well, there's only been one person in and out of this car park. Now I've got to leave because don't see you. Yes, I've got a few if I don't get some kind of publisher or somebody engaging with me, I'm going to give it one more week. I just jump over a cliff. May as well. I don't have any ego that needs... I've got the most poignant, bittersweet story on a web page that's private at the moment, ever. I'm always working away on what could be really useful to other people. How come I turn the camera on, the only helicopter, I don't think there's been one all day, and it comes over now. There is weird, it's definitely a hologram. Anyway, to the point. I mean, this is scary. It really is. I've got yet to do it. I mean, I believe you should sometimes read what the masses are reading. I picked this up about 2 months ago. It's 1,000 times worse than I thought. Just an addiction to bourgeois foodiness, and it really is. It's worse than God, who is it? The really awful writer of the Seashell Collectors. Oh, Rosamund Pilcher. It's worse than Rosamund Pilcher. It was actually quite a good Radio 4 adaptation of Rosamund Pilcher's Seashell book. About a year ago, I had listened to it. No, it wasn't. It was 10 months ago. I couldn't believe how twee, and it's not literature. And yet people come down here because of Rosamund Pilcher. That's 10 times worse than Rosamund Pilcher. Anyway, right. The Zen is this. There is a church down here that I established a year ago. It's left open during the day. I could go and plug in and charge up. But, which is why I always have to speak quickly. That's there for a reason. Oh yes, I'll come to something very quickly in a moment. Now I've been writing or jotting. I just quickly rattle things out in ralphskism.com. A couple of weeks ago I started to mention the paper chasists. Now I was a pretty paper chase kind of guy, although I never would waste my money with paper chase. I'd have my writing organised, I'd have my desk organised, I'd have a certain kind of paper economy that I liked, etc. What it's all about 15 years ago. Stolen. Stop being that. It's not a deliberate thing. Chuck it away and find your real voice. That of course mustn't hurt people. But particularly the last couple of years, I just discovered there's no point. I'm one person I kind of value and have hope in, although she's a bit stuck still. Yeah, and she's really interesting. She's actually really subversive. She's 65. I want to team up with her because I've been encouraging her the last 2 months to write things that she wants to write. She doesn't think she quite has the voice, but this is what it's all about. Nobody else is any good. Sorry, that's the reality. Now, as a paper chasist, somebody who's organised, which I always am. I've always got my act together. Always. I mean, this is kind of perfectly organised. But here's an important little thing. It's like, that really works. That's super zen. But it keeps coming loose at the top. Now, I've got 4 rolls of tape in the front. I know exactly where they are. Why haven't I bothered to fix this? Because I'm a paper I was a paper chasist. Fix things properly. Because the reality is, in this society, you've no idea where you are with anybody. You might get, it's unlikely to get actually physically hurt, but somebody said something 2 weeks ago which was unbelievable. They don't have nothing to do with this person. Somebody who's a friend of a friend, seeing me around, because I act. I would never normally do this where I'm visible, because they all come down here to play at being free, but they're not. And they see somebody, I've been sat here 2 hours in the sun, catching up with an email and a slight tidy up. They saw somebody being free, but being fully zenned and free. Totally a good energy piece, and these are all the sorts that go to retreats and workshops. My friend, she even used to run retreats, and she now says, God, it's all vomit. She understands exactly, but she has her own things that are nothing to do with me. In fact, one of them I'm not even allowed to talk about, because I'm a man. Ooh, let's say it. Menopause, she has a really interesting take on the menopause that, like, and when I met her, it's like, you've got to write that. That's what they need to hear. And anyway, to the point. Yeah, why bother even fixing that? Everybody, I mean, no, going back to my last area, it's like they're looking to cause you trouble. If you're not intense and worried and gossipy and haven't got expensive cars and houses, whatever, they hate you. So there's no point in even fixing that. I've operated for the last 3 or 4 years on, I could die at any minute, or have some made up charge against me, or made up this or made up that. There is no point doing anything that I don't need for this 24 hours. Okay, there's got to be 1 or 2 sensible things, like changing the oil, which I haven't done for 3 years in my vehicle, those kinds of things. But apart from that, live purely in the moment, not for some zen woo-woo, show-off, nonsense, garbage reason, but because you can't rely on anybody. I could rely on my one friend. I've even been trying to find her a love partner. That's important. She doesn't quite understand that people aggress you more, because she gets aggressed a bit. She's a tough person who even owned quite a big company. People backstab, play games with you, mess around with you, bully you. I hate that word. I mean, it all went wonky when even Gordon Brown, I think, started to say that Tony Blair used to bully me. Anyway, if you're showing a united face of 2, but they won't listen. But I've been trying to find her somebody. Anyway, that's it. Yes, all that matters is when that is my power bank. I can hardly use this computer, so that was charged up. So I'm now charging up my phone. Is it charging? Nope, I'm going to have to reboot it. Oh, there we go. This is, unfortunately, was a good phone, but I can only use it for the camera and recorder. There we go, so be it. And now, relax.